Hoppip, the cottonweed Pokémon, and its subsequent evolutions Skiploom and Jumpfluff weren't always planned to look the way that they do today. When data from Pokémon Gold and Silver's 1997 beta leaked, among the treasure trove of cut content was a nugget of gold: the beta designs of Hoppip, Skiploom, and Jumpfluff. The question we're going to tackle in this video is, what if the beta Hoppip line was never altered for the final game? To answer that question, I'm going to modernize these beta designs by drawing them in Pokemon's current art style, as well as tweaking the designs slightly where I see fit to truly bring them into the current generation of Pokemon. We're going to kick it off with beta Hoppip. This design isn't too radically different from Hoppip's final design, with the biggest changes being the body color and the addition of arms and legs. I stayed pretty faithful to this design because it's already stupid cute, and the first stage designs are generally best kept simple. I did make the eyes green instead of white, but that easily could have been the actual intent of the design, knowing the limitations of early sprite art. And here we have our new Hoppip. I actually prefer the black. It really solidifies Hoppip's cat motif, which was definitely more present in the beta line than it ended up being in the final designs. Next up is beta Skiploom. You can really see the transition between cat-like inspiration to ambiguous creature between these two designs, where the ears in final Skiploom become downturned and its mouth becomes almost frog-like. I alter the pose of this Pokemon by angling it slightly downwards, and I actually decide to add arms and legs, since without them, I felt like the design was just a color-swapped beta Hoppip with a flower on its head. I play around with the saturation a bit before settling with a lighter yellow for the body and a sunflower color for the flower. Take a look at our new Skiploom. I really love how this iteration turned out, and I definitely prefer the consistent cat theme more than I do the inconsistent flip-flopping of the final line. I feel like the relationship between our Skiploom and Jumpfluff is more apparent than the relationship between the official ones. Even as a kid, I always found it so strange how radically the Hoppip line changed between stages. Last but not least is Jumpfluff, who had the most radical change in design from beta to final. Final Jumpfluff was stripped of pretty much all of his cat-like origins. Beta Jumpfluff's sprite is kind of odd looking. The ball of what I assume to be cotton on its head looks a little bit too much like an exposed brain given the limited color palette. I altered his design by adding arms and legs, as well as changing the size and position of the cotton's leaves because I couldn't get them to look right otherwise. I felt like the design was kind of lackluster for a final stage, so I added some swirl accents on its cheeks to add a bit of visual interest on the body. Introducing new Jumpfluff. This design is my favorite of the three, and not to toot my own horn or anything, but it's just so much cuter than canon Jumpfluff. Looking at it now, I can see a definite resemblance to Slurpuff, but that was kind of inevitable for a pink Pokemon with a fluffy cotton-like accent. If this Hoppip line ended up being the canon one, I could see it doing really well with a grass fairy typing. On screen now, you can see our full revised beta evolution line next to their original sprites. They change color with each evolution like the final designs, but I feel like they just look more like a family. More importantly though, they all look like they could be my friends. Which do you prefer? The official Hoppip line or my reimagined beta one? Go ahead and let me know in the comments. You won't hurt my feelings. I'd also like to know which specific design was your favorite. You already know that my favorite was Jumpfluff. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. If you did, feel free to leave a like. If you want to see future content just like this, subscribe and turn on notifications. If there's any specific beta designs or evolutions you want to see me reimagine, leave a suggestion in the comments. Have a good one!